you hate fun? Do you wish that games would go on forever and that your opponents would just be in a perpetual motion machine of not having a good time? Well, welcome to my 3v3 deck. So 3v3 is a brand new format that's been introduced with the King of Fighters Challenger decks, where you get 3 characters and you build around one symbol all those characters share, and you can use any attuned cards that each of the characters share. So if I have 3 characters that have all 3 symbols, I get to access to everything that those characters can do. However, like what I have here, if I only have 3 characters that share one symbol, I am stuck building around that symbol. At the beginning of the game, you show your 3 characters to your opponent, they show you theirs, you show the order that they will be played in, and then you start the game. If a character would hit 0 health, a pause condition is put in place. You sacrifice everything in your stage until there's only 8 non-character cards in your stage, and then the player whose character hits 0 health puts their new character into play. The current combat phase ends, and the new one starts. However, there was one additional rule added that I thought was incredibly fun. If a player would hit 0 cards in their deck and has to cycle, instead of removing the top 10 cards of their deck, at the end of this turn, they burn 2 for every time they have cycled. So if you cycle the first time, you burn 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, then 12, until the point where you can just kill a character. You can kill a 7-hand character coming in on cycle. So my head went, okay, so if they're not removing cards, why don't I do that for them? So I'm playing the Joker, Tabe, and Elder Toguro. Elder Toguro is a weird one, but you'll understand why very soon. So we played the Joker. Joker is a Zekai Suicide Squad character that came out as part of the promotions and has a counterpart in Harley Quinn. 6 health, 6 hand size, 29 health, tenacious. After you fail a check, you may ready this character or remove the top card of any player's deck. I failed to remove the top card of your deck.
Oh man.
You also have enhance your attack. Check a 6. If you do, choose a player. That player loses 1 health, draws a card, and discards a card at random.
Alright.
I'll check a 6. I check a 6. Cool. I will have you lose a health, draw a card, and discard a card at random.
Okay, so I'll lose 1 health.
Yep.
I can't cancel that. What the fuck?
It's a counter ability.
Lose 1 health. Draw 1.
Click the random discard. It should do it.
No, my Potemkin.
Now we don't want to pass that enhance. We want to fail that enhance, and then we can either ready the Joker, or we can remove the top card of our opponent's deck.
First enhance, if you've got negative, will be Joker, which will fail to remove the top card of your deck.
Oh man.
This is very powerful because most people are going to be playing 60 to 70 cards on top of reducing them down by 1 card every turn. That may not seem like a lot. When we take into account the rest of the deck, you'll see why that can get quite annoying. Tabe is our second one. There's a 6 hand size, 27 health. Response once per turn. After your attack is completely blocked, your rival sacrifices 1 foundation and enhance your attack. Remove 1 card from your rival's card pool. This second is plus 2 damage, and your rival's check to block gets -1, and then you draw a card. This is a very powerful character who did not see enough play, in my opinion, and is very cool because I play my first attack and I go, you either take the damage or you pray I don't have a second attack because that next attack is going to get removed. Yes, you're playing with minus progression, but you're losing more and more cards. This can turn what the Joker was doing and make it a lot and push it further. Especially if my opponent tries to play things that say, like, build with doubt to seal attacks. Cool, I can immediately remove that with Tabe and have some fun. The last one is Elder Toguro. Elder Toguro is kind of weird because usually in 3v3 people start with the 7-hander so they can get an early build. But to me, this was more of a last-ditch effort because as a form, you can discard a non-foundation card from your hand and play an attack from my discard pile as my next form, and then enhance, switch this attack speed and damage. If it's my rival's turn, destroy my foundation so I can keep myself alive. But being able to play any attack in my discard as a farm is very powerful. So how are we removing cards? Well, we've got Sins of the Past. Sins of the Past allows me to remove a card on play. And because we're destroying foundations, because we are cycling because we're not removing anything to cycle, we're going to see Sins of the Past more and more. I can sack it with Elder Toguro, I can sack it when characters die, and I can hope to redraw it. Moment of Normalcy is just a nice reset. Sentinel Debts, Botan's coaching, both ways to draw more cards. Keiko's Aid, designed to keep me alive. Foresight allows me to remove this to remove the top card of my opponent's deck. Food, again, I may remove one non-attack card from my rival's card pool, gain 2 health at a flip cost. And the rest is all kind of just defensive pieces. League Interview allow me to mill to increase my next check, making things like True 100% Unleashed and Unexpected Outcomes easier to play. Being a 6 check and also being able to flip to make my check to block easier. Forcing Surrender allow me to clear my cards if I need to. Defying Fate just being cool speed reduction and always cool, allowing me to take less damage. Similar to Nox Flask, damage increase and damage decrease. League of Villains is in here mainly because I can cancel enhance abilities on an attack or foundation, and because 3v3 Blitz kind of ruined this a little bit, and it's only got a little bit left in standard. But I think League of Villains is very powerful, mainly because of how many tenacious abilities we're seeing around at the minute. And if you play a tenacious ability on a committed foundation, you can burn your opponents. A great way to almost kind of kill them in their turn. Similar with Showdown, being able to block and commit my opponent's foundations, and of choice can set me up for a good League of Villains, or can allow me to just shut down early aggression.
On a 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get your response first.
Oh, okay. You did not highball or half block it, so make it 6 damage.
My response, I get to commit to your foundations.
Genkai's had to be in here because it feeds into this line of removing my opponent's cards, making sure that they don't really have anything and that they're going to be taking a lot of burn damage, as well as the fact that if I'm getting close to low health, sacrificing 3 foundations to keep me alive is better, and then going to show me another one can be better than just taking the damage and blowing the 3 foundations going down to 8 anyway.
And got to 1.
Okay. On a 6. Or on a 5.
Response. Please remove from the game. Oh, I guess is it? Yeah, remove from the game.
Bruh.
Spiraling Fetch is an absolutely beast in this deck. Not only does it give my character the Thief trait, but it also gives I can commit it to give all my one of my attacks +2 speed and remove the top card of their deck.
Let's commit Spiraling Fetch for 2 speed and you remove the top card of your deck.
Oh man.
I can do this to opponent attacks if I don't mind taking the damage, or I can do it on my attacks and I just get again. The one from Joker starts to add up. Vow Seizing does not remove cards from my opponent's deck, but does force my opponent to make checks. It's also good deadlock threats. With no cycling and how much character turnover there is in this format, being able to... The chance of people going to deadlock is going to be quite high, and -2 to checks is very powerful. Chivalrous Charge is just a good card. If I'm playing on a symbol that has Chivalrous Charge to go into Ingress, I'm playing it. Similar to Vow Seizing, I expect people to overextend. I expect people to go, well, I'm going to go up to 9 and down to 8 anyway, so I can overextend now. And True 100% Unleashed gets to get additional damage for every foundation I have, additional speed for every foundation I have ready, and additional damage for every one of my opponent's foundations.
I'll attempt to give it to speed damage.
You'll attempt to do what now?
I'll attempt to give it speed damage with its hands.
We'll cancel it.
Yeah, wish I had the second one in.
Unexpected Outcomes as a 4 of, probably a mistake, but the blitz of my opponent revealing their hand, I get to remove an attack in their hand, and then I get to play this as I get to play a copy of that attack from this flipped attack next. So very cool. I love the idea of just getting it, playing Unexpected Outcomes and getting rid of not only my opponent's best pieces, but it having aided my game plan. Similar with Trigarity Beam, I get to destroy one foundation. If I have 2 other attacks in my card pool, I get to look at my opponent's hand and remove a card from their hand. I get to choice removal. It's not about getting damage in here. It's about removing my opponent's key pieces and saying, you are going to be taking burn damage. And if I've removed a card this turn, I get 2 damage on here. So if I am looking at killing, swapping out characters, I can get there. And again, more deadlock threat with deadlock stun free. The last one is Merciless Lead. This isn't common from Heroes of Exandria that I don't think too many people are actually aware. So I think it's a 5 difficulty, 4 mid for 6 that says choose any number of players. They remove the top 2 cards of their deck. What? What do you mean I can just at blitz speed go, yeah, move top 2 cards of your deck? Hell yeah.
Merciless Lead on 5. Checks a 5. Any response on play?
No responses.
Blitz, please move the top 2 cards of your deck.
I gotta remove them?
Yep.
Oh man. Where are they?
And if I can use things like Elder Toguro, unexpected outcomes, mercilessly, try going to be true 100%, get very silly very quickly because I just get to go cut whip off on the last characters and you handle a true 100% every single turn. If not, you are going to die. I like 3v3 and I think Hero 2 3v3 have put a kind of a new wind into players of Universus. Everyone's having a lot of fun with these more casual formats. It's something I've been saying for a long time. We need more casual formats, more fun ways to play the game that doesn't just feel like you're grinding against a competitive wall. And these have been great with it. Now, I've not had a chance to actually play this deck. Well, I have, but we had to end the game early. So I'm hoping to get some more games in with it. I think this is I don't want to say fun. I think this is a cool idea for 3v3. Will it win? Probably not. Will it annoy the hell out of every opponent I play against? Absolutely. I think this deck is going to have a lot of people with their head in their hands going, why are you like this? And I'm just like, I had a cool idea and I wanted to see it through to the end. Let me know, is this the kind of 3v3 deck you would play, or would you be playing something a bit more fun? What ideas have you had for 3v3? And if you like a game, feel free to reach out. I want to play more 3v3, and I do have a cheeky water deck that I've also built that I may do a profile on next. I'll see you all at game night. For theories, news and more, win, lose or draw, I'm Brett with Universus, and have yourselves a great day.